All right, Ebusia, your mama kwaba sonkoso eba Ghana politics Afenyo, AGH politics Afenyo. Hana open all the trending podcast stories in Ghana. Onsa betumi aka na Ebusia na story a yede bremu ensembe ya efa LGBTQIA. Onsa ensem na Dr. Lawrence Tetteh na nansi amanfo de gunu so se na European so onko o ka so be ma cha ko Jubilees na denye Mahama penso de oka say onye priority na di no machinko na Dr. Lawrence Tetteh din sembia betutuja Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tetteh din sembia betutuja na nseme no betutuja na anse ne bekọ sansem ne dedika abacha na issue ani di no book conso so subscribe to channel no na afudu nsabo notification bell say be ya video any video afro bi ba be dum bia no onsa betumi aka bi no hu de ekoso Ghana ya manyo sem ne ye kebi mami kebi amamu onim we inside pepe amaye de wasi mumi wura story na Dr. Lawrence Tetteh na eno de nsembia betudwa e wo YouTube mpunimpu dwumadi so oni abena boachi osai na twetwe nkomo no na ode warning na so de kokobọ ma domkumo mo mra se bedwan eye MPP minority leaders especially Yura Honorable Alexander Kwame na Markin say omo ye nyaatwem omo ye hypocrites na de nti na okaso omo ye hypocrites se omo bench no me majority nipa ba ko pe eye Reverend Honorable Johnny Team for the one kwani nipa no wo dom dodo na den time no join ne die momo na mo be kire nde wonye momo na be ka de omunye omunya na atwesem no omo mfasa ansem wenya politics no omunya no nya nyam adwuma no nya die ohwa ebeboa na ye ne sefata na in fact all kasai pa mo me yenko tin ni bi wo bro de twudwa wo mpunimpu ewo UTV anopadwuma di so mfe na de chinsuma I Ghana police have no go to Dr. Lawrence Tetteh here.
Catholic Bishop
yes.
Conference. You expect a lot of
in
people.
The coming days, we will speak. Trust me.
In the coming days, you will speak.
In the coming days, everybody will speak.
Okay.
And then things will be put together. What I am very concerned about is the fact that we have put this thing in a place where we are looking at it politically more than a national issue. That disturbs all of us. That's my problem. So now, what we are being is that we are being cordial into boxes. Lawrence Tetteh spoke against it 2 years, 3 years, 4 years ago. So it's NDC. So when he's speaking this time, every dispensation must have an approach.
Okay.
Must have an approach. The approach yesterday will not necessarily be the approach today, but you still go into the place and solve the problem. We are solving the problem. But if people think that because you were hard at that time and this time you're not hard, I've not even started my press conferences yet.
You've not started?
And I'm going to be having press conferences. Definitely every May, I hold a press conference on this nonsense must stop. So I'll be having a press conference. Why are we jumping? Why are we concluding and losing sight? And we are losing sight of the whole crunch of the issue. Let me tell you this, and maybe most of you don't know. About 99% of the bill to Parliament against LGBTQ was drafted by the coalition that I was part of.
Oh.
Yes. So what became the message itself, and you can ask anybody in Parliament, whether it is Sam George you want to ask, or in Team Fojo you want to ask, or any of them that have been very active. I mean, and congratulations, those two young men did very well. Sam George was well spoken. In fact, in Team Fojo, Honorable was the only MPP gentleman who stood with the bill, who stood against the bill
during the time.
The joint in Parliament.
But the majority of them agreed.
No.
He was the only
he was the
person.
only one. And I can tell you that on authority.
Whoa.
It was only from all the MPP MPs in Parliament, the only person who was left on the bill to support Sam George and others was Reverend Intim Fojo, who is a pastor, good friend. He's my brother. Fuamani is a president of Ghana Boys Brigade, Boys and Girls Brigade, and I'm the chief patron. Oh. So we have a relationship.
It's been a while he came out. It's everything.
No, he's always been talking. If you people are not listening.
We are listening.
If people are listening, you realize that what people are fighting about now is not something any of us have been quite about. You understand? The fact that we have a friend Doesn't mean if the friend has not done something right, will not take a stand. What are we looking for at this stage? And people are being very little-minded about this issue. We seem to be diverting from it. But take it. The coalition drafted the bill that the parliament used.
Maybe I think people are actually expecting you to, have a press conference, speak out, to see a lot of, clergy behind you.
You people have closed your mind, Abena.
Hey, you think so?
You people have closed your mind, and people want to believe what they want to believe.
What they want to believe.
That's all. And my father said something, that you don't owe everybody an answer. You don't. Just go ahead and do what you have to do. Have I started believing that homosexual is right or gay is right? No. Have I started believing that gayism is right or lesbian is right? No, never.
So you think
so nothing has changed.
You're still using the same energy.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. Okay.
Nothing has changed. If 30 years ago I was in my 30s, this year I'm in my 60s. So the way I run is not the way I'll be running. And all of those people who are accusing us and things, they should ask themselves, so that when you started this station, I believe the way you approach certain things is not the way you approach it anymore. You grow, you mature, you tried it this way, it didn't work. Try another way and let it work. And sometimes you'll be surprised that even in dialogue and certain approach, you have a better way. Somebody says, because I said I was going to march on the place there, I'm against Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. But that is not true.
So in a way,
you cannot tell me that there are no members of families of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. In fact, myself and President Nana Addo Dankwa, we don't have any issue at all. In fact, thank God, recently he was made a canon. So he's welcome to the club. That was made a canon many years ago. So he should come and even pay homage to me. So there's nothing wrong. And the relationship I had with President Rawlings, President Kufuor, President Atta Mills, President Nana Addo Dankwa, that same relationship, I don't want to avoid having it from President John Dramani Mahama. I respect president and I respect leadership and I pray for leaders. The Bible says we should pray for our leaders. So if I say let's pray for the leader, what is wrong with that? Trust me, I will not shy away that I pray for him. He's a leader. When President Nana Addo was a president, I was praying for him. Ask him if I've not prayed for him before. Ask him if when he came to the Methodist Crusade, he didn't ask for our prayer. So I don't see why people, at the Methodist Crusade at that time, it was a big deal because that was the last crusade we had before the election, 2015. And he lifted up his hands and we prayed with him. So if I'm praying for President John Dramani Mahama, tell me what is wrong with it. And I'm not ashamed at all that I'm happy to pray for His Excellency President Dramani Mahama, for the wisdom of Solomon, for the tenacity of David, for the acceptance of Joseph, and that God will lead him, that as a Christian leader, he will not let us down. I'll do that, and I'll do that openly and plainly without fear or favor. And at this stage of mine, what am I looking for? What do I want? Favor? I've lived in the UK for many years. My children were born in the UK. My wife grew up in the UK. We've lived there. I've decided that we want to come back home. What am I looking for? I'm not looking for visa, by the grace of God. I don't need visa to travel to the UK. I'm not looking for visa to go to Europe. So what am I looking for? What favor am I looking for? By the grace of God, I want to be evangelist. Evangelist want to be prophet. I'm happy to be an itinerant minister. And guess what? Tell me how many people have the kind of blessing I have. I travel around the globe. I preach everywhere in the world. I am not limited. So I'm content with what I am. I don't want to reduce my calling to party politics, to NDC, NPP. Nyami.
But do you vote?
Yes, of course.
So like last 2024, you voted?
I voted for John Mahama.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Okay.
I did, and I'm not ashamed. I voted for him. Even though it's a secret vote, I voted for him. I voted for him because I had assurance this Assemblies of God church member is coming and will sign LGBT. That's why if he doesn't sign it, I will go and ask that, my brother, you can't do that to us. We all stood with you. You cannot do that to us. And I believe a lot of pastors are beginning to feel like that. We'll do that. So those things will done. So this whole issue about...
So even though you voted for him, but you won't say, you are a party member?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Talking about you having, going global, preaching the gospel. You know, there are most countries accept LGBTQ, and all the people within that category are being protected by their laws. Here in Ghana, now, there's this, tension. It's against our values, our morals, and all that. How do you navigate your way through? We are not for it, because now you even gave a percentage about, they say 97% of the population are against LGBTQ. And on the other side, they are welcomed, they are accepted. You dare not speak against them. How do you maneuver your way through with the gospel?
I was going to speak in America for a very big church. I don't want to call them now. I don't have their permission to do that on air. And I was told that when I go, I should make sure I don't speak against homosexuality and gay.
In America?
In America, in a particular church. It was a very big church, a very big church. And so I look at the pastor in his face and ask him if it was in the Bible that I should not speak against gays. Say it's not in the Bible. So if it's not in the Bible, then I'll prefer to speak Bible and not him. So he should give me choice whether to speak or not to speak. Then he said I should go ahead and speak the Bible. He felt very guilty. So I went and I spoke. And my message was true, that anything God gives you, you have to account for it. And anything God gives you, there's a purpose and a reason why God gave you that thing. So I asked a third question. What do you use your eye to do, Abna?
To see.
Your leg.
Walk.
Your ear.
Listen.
Nose.
Smell.
Teeth.
Chew.
Tongue.
Talk.
Mouth. By the time I finished, I didn't even get to that place. I said, so anybody here who think it is right to condone lesbian and homosexual, and it's not because we hate them. There's a caring place we have for them. There's a loving place we have for them. There's a helping place we have for them. Could you believe that when I asked people to lift up their hands, everybody lifted their hands, but 3 people walked straight to me and they said they were lesbians and homosexuals and they want to be delivered. I cried. We have this thing on video. I cried because they said the way I broke it down, they sat back and realized it's true. And I said, you don't belong. So where do you belong? And the 3 people came forward. When we finished, you know what the pastor told me? That from the time I spoke to him in the office, he felt very convinced that he was scared about nothing. Because he should preach the Bible. When we walk with the Lord in the light of his word, what a glory he shares on our way. While we do his good will, he abides with us still and with all who would trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there is no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust. Abna, and you have to join my choir. You know, this coming tomorrow, we are holding a special medical treatment at the Achimota Christian Village, where I hold my Saturday meetings. We are bringing over 20 doctors and nurses and paramedics to check people's health, check their HIV status, check their hepatitis status, check their diabetes status, check their heart, check their kidneys, check their liver, because a lot of people are walking sick, but they don't even know, and it's free. So tomorrow from 7 a.m. till about 11 a.m. I'm going to be there myself and to help people do it. Anybody who wants to come, they should come. It's free. And I'm getting some of the people even from London, from UK to come and let us help. We do that. Then this weekend, we are going to Jamaica. I'm the main speaker for the Blacks in the Diaspora conference in Jamaica, starting from next week till the following week in Kingston and in Montego Bay. So my team and I, in fact, over 20 of us are going to Jamaica. And some of my people sitting watching, they are very excited because the policemen and all the guys, they are all going to Jamaica. So we are going to Jamaica, and these issues of LGBT will come up.
The minority, they've alleged that the Constitutional Review report, Constitutional Review Committee reports on page 107 and 108, there is a portion there that could be smuggled into for the LGBTQ recognition in our constitution. I don't know if you've seen that and your response to that.
Abna, I will not sit here to hide from a fact that the Speaker of Parliament is like a big brother to me. I know Agbangbagmin, Right Honourable Speaker, very well. I know how much he believes in family values and traditional values and religious values. He's a very sound Catholic. If you speak to Agbangbagmin, sometimes ask him that, all right, Honourable, why didn't you become a preacher? He's a lawyer, so he's very eloquent too. He's one person I know will not let us down. Not under his watch. He's spoken it, he's walked it, And what I keep saying is that I like it when politicians walk the talk. We must all walk the talk. And in walking the talk, it must be a collective thing. We need a massive united front to halt this thing. I believe Agbangbagmin will not sit down for that to happen. And you know, if not for anything at all, I give you two people in Parliament that I have so much love for. As much as people have bashed them, Sam George and Ntim Fojo. Sam George is NDC MP for Pram Pram. Ntim Fojo is MPP NDC for Ascent
South.
These are young men I know very well. These are young men who were watching my TV program when they were very little, who knows me, and fortunately, all of them, they are pastors too, are my friends and my brothers. Archbishop Dr. Ajiansari is like a brother to me. And he is Sam George's pastor.
So are they all supporting this?
And hold on, let me come back to it. And Bishop Taki Aboy and I are related.
That's Reverend Ntim Fojo's.
Yes, this is Ntim Fojo's pastor. We are related. In a way, we are cousins. Yeah, we are cousins. So these are people I know very well. If I don't know anything at all, I know Archbishop Dr. Charles Ajiansari's stand on LGBT. And I also know Bishop Taki Aboy's stand on LGBT. They will not allow their boys to relent. And so even those two young men, I don't want to even call other names. I'm calling you NDC name and NPP name. The two young men in Parliament alone, together with the Speaker of Parliament. I think this bill will virtually go through. What we should do is to come together and pray for them. I'm coming back again. For them to have the boldness, the sanity, to have a talk scene like Lawrence Tetteh. Some of the bashing, some people ask me, so are you not worried? Worried about what?
The bashing.
That somebody is bashing me. Somebody stay in their village and they bash you. Somebody stay in their room. Somebody the last time they bash you.
And others even said your friend, referring to the president, John Dramani Mahama, has ascended to the throne. Now he's the president. So what next? And
so
I mean, these
are
you not worried about those things? And even talking about the two gentlemen, one of the MPP side and the other on the NDC side, Reverend Ntim Fojo is still out there speaking. Then Honorable Sam George, even to the tangent of saying the president will not have peace if he do not sign the bill. And now he's not out. What about that?
True. That's not true.
Is he still speaking about it like then?
People choose to hear what they want to hear. Just like people are saying that I have stopped speaking now, and that
you're speaking all right.
This nonsense must stop because of
the energy.
This nonsense must stop because of that's wrong. This nonsense must stop has been 30 years ago, and every year I do it.
You're speaking all right, but the energy behind it.
I think very soon we should let some of you come and stand on the platform and speak on our behalf. And last time I said something that if this is not the way you want me to approach it, then come and preach for me. But because you hear me. But the most important thing is that the issue will be sorted out. I have a great conviction in my heart. That Ghana will win. Now, what do I mean by Ghana will win? If majority carries the vote, and over 90-something% of us are against LGBT. And why are we against it? Because our family values and cultural values are being hinged on, have been compromised, are being destroyed, and it's bringing untold sickness. In Europe, where I've lived, London, for many years, they have walk-in clinics when people go privately and get healed. Ghana, Just recently, the president started free
primary health care was launched yesterday.
Do you understand? When you go to the hospitals, you pay. They don't have money. I can tell you that
All right, it's for Yadamasi. Some of Jibre, and I'm the tea, and I'm the hair, then in stories at the Bremo, Moko Tokoswa DH, the Munina Masi. Name Dedica Bachani, so that many do book so best or best Scabu channel. Now, for don't sabon notification, but say, Baya, video any video of will be a Babadum will be and Sabit me a kept no who dear Kosokan. A man no say mo any a Kevin Mammy Kebi, a memo no so. Na video bedroom is when you want any new book on the best source or best subscribe to channel no best subscribe channel no notification but say be a video be a baby on Sabit Maka na video bedroom so any you want or that when you know book on the best source or like video you know share a mouth for so you like and share a mouth for so you or like if you do not share mouth for so now if you comment section let us know what you think when you are doing then I also say yen fa sansense mi hu bi timabo magana e ka mmem ke be ni ya manusem na kutumpo e da mu na mo sama debre na mo ti yakra mo enya ado e da mas mbaba